Thank you so much. I'm excited and so great to have you with us here today. I'd love to introduce Katie Tiernan-Johnson with us, everyone. She'll be here to share her Be Well moment. And I would love for you, Katie, just to take a couple of minutes, if you don't mind, to talk about what you do for Intermountain, and then you can get going with your Be Well moment.
Thank you so much, Melissa, and it's nice to be with everybody. I apologize that my video quality and my sound quality are probably not great, and it's perfect that I'm here with you all to talk about Be Well and the topic that I want to discuss with you, because I am on the road this week visiting with our care sites in Western Colorado, and so just don't have my usual setup in front of me. And you know, as many of you do, you kind of make the best of what you've got and you figure out how to make it go forward. As Melissa said, my name is Katie Tiernan-Johnson. I am our AVP for Community Health. I work with all of our care sites across the enterprise in the initiatives that we've created to address the needs identified by our communities as their priority health needs. Also work with our government grants team to bring in outside resources to our communities to fund pilot projects and startups in really important and critical community health work. And then I also work very closely with our Peaks region and our care sites in Montana, Colorado, Wyoming, Kansas, to really make sure that we're giving them the best that we have in our community health work. And so it's really a pleasure to be here with all of you today. Melissa, my Be Well moment, as I was thinking about joining today, I was thinking a lot about balance, and it's funny that you were asking about how do you kind of stay active in the wintertime? And one of the challenges of being active in the wintertime is that ice is slippery, and everywhere that we operate with a lot of ice all over the place. And so when you're walking around on the ice, you have to try to, maintain balance. And that means not moving too fast. It means not putting too much weight on one side or the other side. It means maintaining as many points of contact as you can so that you're not losing one and then, lost your entire purchase. And it's interesting to think about that as just sort of a metaphor for the balance that I think all of us continue to seek. I think when people talk about balance, what they most frequently are talking about is that work-life balance and trying to make sure that what we are doing and what matters to us personally and what we are doing and what matters to us professionally, that those two things don't overwhelm each other and that we don't find ourselves getting pulled too far in one direction for too long. And I think what's interesting is that for all of us, work-life balance looks different from person to person. And it may even look different really from day to day. Whereas, on one day, if you've got a lot of stuff going on with work, being able to arrange your personal life so that you can accommodate work that day can be effective. And then on days when you have a lot going on in your personal life, making sure that you can arrange your work so that you can accommodate everything else is also really important. And so to me, it's finding that balance. But it's also not just balance with work and our real lives. It's also balance in how we make decisions. How many of you have ever made a pros and cons list when you're trying to make a difficult decision? And it's about finding the balance or the imbalance between those pros and cons. Think about healthy eating. When we know that we are healthy eating, it's because we have a good balance of macronutrients in the meals that we're consuming. And so this idea of balance is really staying with me this winter and this spring. And it's something that I continue to seek. And it's also something that I know may change over time as different things come in and out of my life. Where that point of balance is may change for me as well. And so trying to stay open to what the balance looks like today and what it may look like in the future, whether the future is tomorrow or next year or 10 years from now. So I hope that all of you are making some headspace for yourselves to think about balance, to find that balance in your own lives, and to really honor that balance and to have the ability, the bravery, wherewithal to raise your hand when things are really out of balance, to say, hey, I need to take a closer look at this and figure out how I can put things back where they need to go so that you're not, you have as many points of contact on the ice as possible. You're not moving too fast and you don't have too much weight on one side or the other, so you can keep that balance as you go. Melissa, thank you so much for having me this morning. I really appreciate it.
Oh my gosh, Katie, that was fantastic. So many great touch points and takeaways from that too, and just good reminders. So thank you so much for joining and for sharing your Be Well moment with us. Really appreciate it. All right, so I am going to take back over the sharing. Feel free, Katie, to stay on or go off the camera, whatever feels better to you. And thank you again for being here this morning. We'll get going here, everyone, for our last 10 minutes with our stretch. So find your space. We'll do everything on our feet. As I said, I'm Melissa Weisman. I lead some of our Take 10 classes, so it's always just fun to be here with you all, even though I can't see you. But let's start. We're going to check in. I always like to check in. This reminds me of my Take 10 chair yoga hour. So let's find that good upright posture. Crown of the head's reaching up nice and tall. Take your shoulders up, down, and back. So feet are right underneath your hips, root down. They're like your tree trunk here, all the way up. So nice, tall, proud stance. And let's just check in as we stand here, grounded through our feet. And then take your arms up, stretch tall, tree branches growing up if you want to take it with that analogy. And then great big exhale, lower it down. 2 more times, inhale up. Great big exhale, let it go. We'll find that balance here as well, just equaling out on both sides as best as we can with our stretch. So relax, shake it out. Let's start with our head turn over to that right shoulder. Stretching from our neck all the way down. Take another breath here. And coming back through center, take that pause, inhale here, exhale over to your left. And just that friendly reminder, only stretching where it feels good to your body. We'll do one more head turn each way. Modifying as you need to, just taking care of you. Most importantly, no pains or strains out there. Let's turn to the left one more time. And back to the center, take that breath and gently drop your chin towards your chest with your exhale. Relax the shoulders a little more. And only bringing the chin down where you're beginning to feel the stretch through the back of the neck. Take another full breath. And let's move into some head turns. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Pause and breathe. Start to make that half circle over to the right. And then slowly come back tall. Inhale here, exhale left to right a couple more times. Your circle can be as big or as small as you need it. Just working out any kinks or tightness here. As you come back around, pause there for the inhale and then reverse the direction right to left just 2 or 3 times. Keep checking in, finding what's feeling good this morning, loosening up, letting go of any tension or tightness. And then we'll meet back at that upright posture. Take your shoulders up, big shrug up, breath in, exhale, drop them down. Couple more, up and down. Breathe. I love to incorporate the breath with our stretch. One more time, inhale, shrug up. Exhale, relax down. We're going to take one up and then roll the shoulders back. Reach your hands back as your shoulders settle down and away. Shoulder blades come a little closer to one another. So we're just broadening through the collarbones. You can interlace fingers behind you or even clasp opposite elbows if that feels good. And just work with what's accessible. We're not forcing, we're just finding some space, creating a little bit of an opening here through the chest. Head can come back just ever so slightly. Take another full breath. Shine in the heart. And then relax your arms, shake it out a little bit. Draw the left arm across the front of the chest. Let's hug the upper or lower part of the arm, avoiding the elbow directly, just stretching the shoulder out. Just little things we can do throughout our day to stretch the body. And then let's switch sides. Right arm comes across, nice little hug, lower or upper part of our arm. Thanks again for sharing all the ideas. It's helpful, especially like where we can all see them and maybe even try something new. So thanks again, everyone. All right, relax there. Bring your hands to your shoulders and let's do some elbow circles to the back. Small little circles or as big as you need them here. And then take the elbows back like they're little wings on your body. Let's broaden the chest again, breathe in. And then exhale, draw the elbows towards one another. Bring the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, open it up. And exhale to round it out. Let's do one more right here. Working through the upper body first, and I promise we'll get down to the lower. Let's bring it back, tee the arms out, and find a great big hug. Either arm can come underneath, pat the back, and then just find that nice space you're creating on your back as you bring your chin down towards your chest. No pains or strains again, little self-love this morning. Feel the breath. So take a great big inhale through the nose. Feel the back expand on your hands. Let it go, maybe audible sigh out, let that exhale out. Take one more inhale and exhale here. Really good. Let's release there. Take your arms back up overhead, lateral side body stretch to the right. So that left hand's reaching up, right hand is reaching down. And we're just finding some space on our left side body here. Keep your gaze neutral. Reaching that left or right hand down, left hand up, stretch through the fingertips. And then reach tall back through the center. Inhale there, exhale, arc over to your left. So right hand's up, left hand's down. Again, stretch, kind of exaggerate that stretch, reaching towards the floor with the left and to the ceiling with the right. Back up through the center, goal post the arms, let's open the chest, find some space again. Gaze can come up just slightly, creating a little extra opening through the throat, spread the fingers. Nice and active, inhale, lift, and then exhale, lower. We're gonna just move a little quicker there. Inhale, lift, side to side, breathe out. Little yoga for you this morning for our stretch. Back through the center, open the chest, exhale there. Create a little space, lift high, inhale up, exhale lower. One more time. Sweep it tall. Side to side, breathe out. Keep rooting down through your feet. Keep checking in with what you need. Exhale to open up. Inhale to lift. And then return the hands with your breath out. So good. Let's stretch our forearm and wrist for a moment. So you can interlace fingers and rotate the palms towards me. Or if that's too much, just gently pull the fingertips towards you. Find what feels good again. Always what I like to remind everyone, everything feels different to each one of us. So finding what works best for your body is so important. Can start to bring the hands up, a little more shoulder stretch. Take another breath. And then bring the hands back down, shoulder height, rotate so your knuckles are coming towards the screen, round the back one more time. And then release there, shake it out. So let's bring our hands to our hips, maybe take your feet to shoulder width next. And let's just start to circle here. Over to the left, bring it to the right. Now, as big or as small as you need to with your circles. Nice fluid movement. Checking in a little bend of the knees here. And reverse the direction a few times. Organically moving with our own body here. Take one more little circle from right to left. And then we'll meet back at that upright posture. Bend your knees here and bring your hands to the top of your thighs. We're going to do a little standing cat and cow. So drop the belly, heart shines, look up, breathing in. With the exhale, tailbone tucks, belly draws in, round the back, draw the chin down to the chest. Go with your breath here. Inhale, bring it forward. And great big exhale to round. Feels good on the feet, just like it does on the ground or in the chair. Lots of options here for that movement, just to stretch the front and the back side out. One more time, breathe in, shine the heart, look up. Great big exhale to round. Super, stack, come back up nice and tall. Bring your feet underneath your hips. We're going to keep the right foot in front and the left foot back. Just a small lunge here. So we're on the ball of the left foot. The heel is up. Soft bend on that right knee. Just starting to get some length in our quadricep into that left hip pocket. So knees tracking with our toes on the right, ball of the foot on the left. The left arm can come up and over for a little more stretch, a little more length through that back and side body. Time flies by. We're going to take another breath. I'm going to get into our hamstrings for a moment too. Lower there, left foot forward, right foot back. Comfortable stance. You can take it back into a further stance of a lunge if you wish. Left knee is tracking with the toes. And then bring that right arm up and over if that felt good to you. Bend that back knee even if you need to as well. One more great big breath. Just to even out. And lower there. Let's bring that right foot back. So next step, we're going to lengthen the right leg out. Heel is down on the floor. And just ease your hips back ever so slightly to feel that hamstring and calf muscle stretch. So the more you pull the right toes towards your shin, the more you'll feel the calf. Keep a soft bend in the knee, never fully extending the leg. Take another breath. And back up nice and tall. Let's even it out. So left leg out in front, heel down, flex the toes. Shift your hips back just to get some length in that hamstring. Down through the calf muscle. Take another breath. All right, everyone. Let's bring that left foot back to meet the right. Sweep your arms up one more time. Stretch up, look up, and then exhale, let it go. That is our 10-minute stretch. Again, thank you so much for sharing in the chat today. I'm going to share my screen.